All right, what we're going to do today is kind of continue on with what we did yesterday. What I would like you to do, as it says right there, and you've got the handout, so I'm going to go over this picture in just a second. I want you to create an Android project called BMI01, and I want the interface to look like what is shown here and what you have also on your, on the piece of paper that I gave you. All right. I'd like you to put an image view in here. You can use the one I used, which was out on Google Images. You can use your own, whatever you want to use. All right. For this particular iteration, we're going to make 2 iterations of this. We're going to do the first one today. If you look up on the screen here, I want you to have all 4 of these buttons. These 2, the IND stats and the GRP stats, will not be operational because we're not going to add any code. All right. And once you have shown me, yeah, Jeff, I've got pretty much what you wrote here. I used different colors, or I used a different image, whatever. Once you got that, raise your hand. As soon as I see that you've got that, I'm giving you the code. Now, you're not going to do the code in 5 minutes. I commented the code. I've got about 250 lines. All right. Probably out of that, you have to key in around 200 of them. Somewhere in that neighborhood. So even if this is all we get done today, that's okay. Look on the screen, please, because what's going to happen when you run this, so let's assume here you put in 72 for the height and 100 pounds for the weight, and you click calculate. You're going to get a toast down here, and the toast is going to say height 72, weight 100 or whatever I said, BMI, 15. BMI status, underweight. Does all that make sense? If you try to click it with nothing in here, with nothing in there at all, you're going to get a toast that tells you naughty, naughty. And it's going to say that you have to put in a height within a certain range or a weight within a certain range. We're going to do that. All right. What we will pick up on this tomorrow then is if everybody can get this done, or as done as you can today, we're going to take the project, and if you turn your page over, you'll notice that about 1/3 of the way down, there's a bunch of stuff in bold. We're going to see if we can duplicate the project. I found this out online. I have not tried it yet, but I'm going to try to do the same thing. And then tomorrow, what we will do is we will add, unless we have time today, but I just never know, that what will happen is when you press the button that says IND stats, this button right here, it will go to a new screen, also known as a new activity, and it'll give the individual user's stats on a page as opposed to just in a toast. All right. And if you click the GRP, which is short for group stats, that'll bring you to yet a 3rd page, and it'll show you after you keep running the program how many people you entered are underweight, how many are optimal weight, how many are overweight, and how many are obese. All right, and I'm hoping that at least makes some sense to you. All right. Now, the only other thing that I want to mention is this, okay? And I may have said this, I may not have. If I didn't, hey, it's on me. I'm going to go back here to this. All right. I think I have shown you enough of where when you're working with this and you're trying to sit there and slide that up and whatever, how that can be a real pain in the butt. Everybody agree? To get that. Well, another thing that you can do is when you come in here, under layout, you can set it this way too. So in other words, if I want to go and set this and I want to set something, notice now I've got basically like a 12 pixel thing, but I can set down here too. I can click on those. Did you see how it moved down? So you can do that as well if you want to, if that's easier for you to do it that way. Again, I want you to start developing a comfort level with what you're doing here. All right? So my hope is between today and tomorrow, because I don't think tomorrow when we talk about intents, it's going to take that long. My hope is it only takes an hour, 2 hours at the most, all right, to get this all up to speed. Then I'm going to bring in fact, they'll probably be here when you get here, the tablets. All right, and you can start monkeying around with those. All right, and go and basically hook that up. You got to do weird stuff with these. If you haven't heard this already, what you're going to have to do when you get into the tablets, all right, when it comes up on the main screen, there shouldn't be any passwords. They haven't even been opened yet. There shouldn't be anything for them. All right, but there'll be settings. Like you have a settings thing on your phone. You literally have to tap the button that says settings 7 times. Then you should get a message on the phone or on your tablet that says, congratulations, you are now an Android developer. Then you can set things up. But typically until you do that, you can't. I'll have a thing tomorrow for you that'll have step-by-step directions. All right, and then again, if we get to that point by tomorrow, great. All right, remember again, there are no classes Monday because Monday is Martin Luther King Day. All right, right now what I'm planning on doing is having us do 1 or 2 more of these apps for Tuesday. Also finish up this section here in this little mini book or this online book that we've been going over. And then Wednesday of next week would be your first hands-on test. All right? And, the whole period, I don't know how many I'll ask you to build, if it's just 1 or whatever. All right? But it'll basically incorporate everything we have covered up until that point. All right? So I'm going to stop talking. I'd like you to, again, you've got a big picture of it. I just gave it to you. Try to create something that looks like this. All right? And just so you know, you probably already do, but just to make sure you know, okay? If you look up on the screen, please, one last time. Yeah, of course you would do that, wouldn't you? Again, I think you can all tell this, but what? That's a text view, and that's the title. That's an image view. That right there is an edit text. That right there is an edit text. Now you can probably guess, I call mine edit text height, edit text weight, image view BMI, text view title, etc. And finally, these are all buttons. Button calculate, button IND stats, button clear, button group stats, or whatever. All right? All that makes sense? Questions? Again, once you got it done and you're cool with everything, just raise your hand. I want to look at it because I want to make sure everyone has at least an idea of how to build an interface. All right? And then I'll give you the code.